Hi everybody. So in this particular video, I would like to lay out a thesis and then I'm going to back up exactly why I support my thesis. So my thesis in this particular instance is, first of all, I'm going to ask the question of, are we in a tech recession? And my thesis is that yes, we are 100% in a tech recession. So to me, the very first thing that we should do is we should look at the technical definition of what a recession is. And then, so if we do that, there's uh, the technical definition gets bounced around a lot. So that happens sometimes with technical definitions. But so we'll start here. The current technical definition is a significant decline in economic activity that lasts more than a few months and is spread across the economy. So we're talking about uh, the tech sector very specifically in this instance, and then so spread across the economy, affecting jobs very specifically, and then widespread for more than a few months, and widespread contraction and weak growth, right, are the key terms and indicators here that we should be looking at. And then so I mean, we could look at a lot of different charts, and I could pull up more recent charts, and we could look through all of this data. But I like this chart. This chart is really representative of what I want to discuss today. And then so this chart is from January of 2024, from this year. And then what we can see is the projection for 2024. And then so we see that starting at the end of 2023, we have like 2024, like the still good. Q1 it starts to get down, Q2 really down, Q3, and in Q4 we see straight up contraction under, I would say, under any economic definition that you want to use, right? This is the Magnificent Seven compared to the rest of the S&P 500. And then so this would be a situation that we haven't seen before. That's why they're the Magnificent Seven, right? So I would classify this as contraction. Like this would be, if our economy, if our full economy is the Magnificent Seven, uh, having our full economy do worse than the global economy, the full economy of our country in this instance, I would say that that's economic contraction for our country in this instance, right? And then specifically, I would also argue that this is economic contraction. So in two instances, but I think, you can prove it 1,000,000% here that the projections for Q4 are going to be economic contraction. The second part of that definition is in large part with regards towards jobs. And then all I'm going to do in this particular instance is we're just going to go through briefly this is a comprehensive list of 2024 tech layoffs, and this was updated a few days ago, so it might be out of date already. Like it's going to be out of date like 15 minutes after it's made. But so, like, I want to highlight a big thing here, right? Like, so you might think that the trend's going down, but so like January 2024, 20,000, roughly 15 in February, 75 in March, 23 in April. Like, so 23 is April is huge, right? 20, and it's the peak in this that we're looking at here, 23. And then we see it go down, and then July looks good. Like this is decent, right? May, June, and July are good overall. I mean, that's still a contraction of 30,000 jobs in the quarter, but for just this particular industry. But that's, we're gonna say that that's good in this particular environment. But let's look at August here. Infineon is cutting 1,400. Dell's gonna cut. And then conduct layoffs, but the big one, 15,000 from Intel. Like, let's go up here. Like, it's gonna dwarf every single month except, like, Intel alone is gonna take out every single month except for April, and then it's gonna match February. And then so Intel's just gonna crush and January, and then so Intel's just gonna like crush and come in fourth place on its own. Out of, like, if no one else had any other layoffs in August. So August is going to be a bloodbath. Like, August is a guaranteed third place, right? Like it's the worst it could do in this. So we're not trending down 100%, right? Like, because of this big Intel kicker here. But then you go through even some of these these last quarter ones, like Bungie. Here's a huge one, right? Like 220 employees, which isn't a significant number, but 17% of their workforce, 17% of Bungie gone. Pocket FM, 200 employees, which again, like significant for these smaller employees. Webflow, 8% gone. Cohere, 5% gone, right? Like Mercari, half gone. And then so that's what you can see here. And then this is just Salesforce always has something, right? And then this is just for July, and then so we go back to June, and then we can see some major big ones here. There's let's see, Wex is 305%. And then we've got Chegg, 23% gone, right? Just boom. Chegg is no, like 25% less essentially of its workforce. ByteDance is 9% gone. Like VR Chat, 30%. Just it's massive amounts of layoffs. Some of these big companies, right? And that's being kind of like hidden in these numbers. It's uh, like when you have like a month where Intel does like 15,000 layoffs, all of a sudden you've got Pagaya, it's going to lay off 100 and 20% of its staff. But it's just 100, but it's 20% of its staff. But that gets buried in the Intel month, and then that's what we're looking at within this. And then so it's hard to at this point argue under any definition that exists that we are not under a technical recession. So then I guess like rather than just having this be a video where we like spout all about this and it's like okay, doom and gloom, and then this is the worst that's going to happen, right? Like what's the let's think about this logically through as a I always came up as an employee and throughout my career that you never just throw monkeys onto the back of your boss, right? Like you just don't just like knock on a door and then like throw a monkey on somebody's back and then leave. Like all right, I'm out. Like here's the problem. I don't know how to deal with the problem. I'm just introducing the problem to you and then I'm out, right? Like don't ever do that if you want to advance in your career. Like it's if you have to throw a monkey, say yeah, okay, I'm throwing a monkey at you, and then here's some monkey scrapers. Like if you want help getting rid of this monkey, here's some help. But like sorry to be the one that has to throw the monkey, but I have to throw the monkey. And then, but so with that context said, how would we deal with that in this particular instance? In this particular instance, my number one piece of advice is the one that I've been taking for 2 years now, right? Like very simplistically, which is to upskill and to make sure that your skill set is much more as beneficial as you possibly can within this current environment in this current workforce. I think that's the absolute 100% best thing that you can do overall. And then don't rely 100% on your income. Like, so, I mean, I've been in tech for a long time, right? I'm used to six-figure income. I think a lot of people are, and it's cushy income, but then it's very hard to go from six figures to zero. It's very traumatic, right? It's traumatic for your family. It's traumatic for yourself. A lot of things about it are traumatic overall. So rather than put yourself into that situation or even ever find yourself into that situation, it is far better to put yourself into a situation where you are not going to end up at zero no matter what. And I think that's the best thing that you can do overall. And whatever that ends up being for you, that's a lot of trial and error, and everyone is going through that same type of situation. So it's not a unique situation and hard to do, but that's the best advice that I can give within this and this current environment. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.